Alright, going over the answers for assignment number 9. So this is how you would write out the math expressions and turn them into either an expression or a verbal statement. Going over number 2. So number 2 is asking to find the slope of a tangent line. So you use the definition that was given to you in the video. So let me make this a little bit bigger. So notice the first thing happens is when you plug in the h going to 0, you end up with the indeterminate form over here on this side. So that means that the limit does exist. You have to just simplify somehow. So you go ahead and expand the parentheses, distribute the -3 into these parentheses down over here, and then simplifying this is going to be 16 minus 12, which gives you 4. Simplifying some more, you notice that the positive 16 over here and this -12, this -4 become -16. So these two are going to cancel off and become 0, which will give you 5h plus h squared left in the numerator. You can factor out the common term of h. You would be able, excuse me, you would be able to cross off the h's, and you reevaluate your limit, and your answer is going to be equal to 5. So the slope of the tangent line at x equal to 4 is going to be equal to 5. For a b, it's asking you to find the derivative. This is where you have to use the derivative definition. And let me move this down over here. So the derivative definition is that instead of plugging in a number, instead of having this be a value, you're just going to keep it as x. So x plus h for the first part of the limit, which means you're going to plug in, you're going to substitute x plus h in for x. That's why this turns into this. It's still going to be plus 2 in the radical, so plus 2 inside the radical, and then minus g of x. You go ahead and plugging in h equal to 0 gives you indeterminate form. Then you're going to have to multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate of the entire numerator, which is this over here. Then you go ahead and multiply everything out. The square root of x plus h plus 2. So these two multiply out and give you this piece. The conjugate, the middle part, cancels out. And then when you multiply negative square root of x plus 2, positive square root of x plus 2, you end up with this. Because this has multiple terms, you want to put a negative sign to remind you to distribute the negative. So really all this turns into, up on top, is x plus h plus 2. Then when you distribute the negative, it's going to be minus x and then minus 2. And then if you notice that the negative x and this x cancels out, the negative 2 and plus 2 also become 0. And that's how you end up with just h in the numerator. And then this simplifies even further. So this h reduces to just be 1, and this reduces out. So in the numerator, you just have left over is 1 over this entire expression. H is going to 0. So you have square root of x plus 2 plus the square root of x plus 2, basically 2 of the same things. So your derivative answer is going to be 1 over 2 radical x plus 2. And I just noticed that I left off some really important notation, so I should put down my answer as g prime of x equal to my answer. So it's g prime of x equal to 1 over 2 radical x plus 2. Alright, then going over the last one, number 3. Okay, so number 3 is first asking you to find the slope of the tangent line at 1, and the tangent line is already drawn for you at 1. So what you have to do is just calculate the slope like you did in Algebra 2 by doing the rise over the run. So this point and this point, or basically any 2 points that the line is coming through. So I'm going to pick this point over here and this point. For the slope is going to be down 2 over 1, which gives you a derivative, a slope of -2. For part B, it's asking you to find to sketch the tangent line. So I'm just going to lightly sketch something. You can see. So it's only touching 3, and it's kind of just gracing the edge of the graph. So this would be the tangent line. And then it's asking you to estimate the slope. It looks like it has a slope of 2. Some of you guys might have a little bit different, maybe just because you drew it. Maybe not as accurate. But the slope should be roughly around 2. So you go from this point to this point. You're going to go up 2 and then over 1. And then, now this video was made with an early version of the handout. So this should be asking you for part D, what is at what point is the line tangent horizontal? So horizontal lines are lines that have basically are just straight across. And so if you look at x equal to 2, if you were to draw a tangent line, it would be horizontal like this, right? Now it's not really exactly accurate, but let me draw one that's actually touching the curve. So it'd be horizontal like this. So at x equal to 2, that's where the tangent line would be horizontal. Sort of like at the bottom of this little dip. The line would be straight across, horizontal, and that's the answer.